the whole stem cell and the man-made chickens and all that, or beef or meats or whatever it is like that's already been outside, bro. I don't know what the big deal about it is. I feel like people should fucking read a book instead of going on Instagram and getting all their fucking information on all this bullshit and misinformation that's out there, because that's all it is. When you're on your fucking phone and you're on Instagram and it's a stupid video after stupid video after stupid video, and you're just there like a tonto, like soaking in all the fucking information. And it's corny to me, bro. Like, go outside, go for a walk, and be out in the real world, and you see if any of that shit actually matters in your life. And you're really gonna see, should I give a fuck about sitting here for an hour straight on my phone looking at who cares about what and the dogs barking outside?
Mash Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to fill the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now. While the angels fly over my headstone.
We are back with another episode of the God's Hour podcast with your boy Big Sorbavelli, back in the place to be. It's your boy Mr. Nine Times, and we are here on a wonderful, cool, nice, not really that hot, thank God, Sunday evening or night or whatever it is you want to call it. Is this a good camera angle? I feel like it's not. I feel like with the mic configuration and everything, I really don't know, but I definitely got to put the gain up so you can hear me loud and clear. Yes, is that too high? I hope it's not. Let me put it back just a little bit. All right, so rest in peace to HERMES. He passed away. I want to say it's a he. The koi fish that we had, a beautiful orange koi fish. He was, fuck, dude, I don't know what it is, but like my fucking favorite koi fish are fucking dying over here. I don't know what it is about whatever, but I found him in the filter when I went to go clean the pond. And it kind of sucked. Like, I just seen him, and I already knew it was him, because I hadn't seen him. I think I fed the fish like over the last 2 days, and I was like, where the fuck is HERMES at? And he was in there, and the ants were already on him, and he probably was already there for like a few days. And I was like, it fucking, I don't know, it just kind of, it sucked, you know, just seeing him right there. So I put him on the grass next to the pond. And I was like, I think it was already later in the day. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just leave him here, and tomorrow I'll fucking bury him or something like that. And this fucking morning he was gone. So my dad, you know, my pop, every time a fish has passed away, he just throws them away. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, they're a part of, to me, they're like a part of our family. So I don't understand why he would do that. And I called him. I'm like, yo, did you throw HERMES away? And he's like, no, I didn't do anything with the fish. So what probably happened, a fucking store got him, or a hawk or something. We do have birds of prey around. But whatever, I guess. You know, when in India or whatever it is, they have those vultures and shit that they just throw your body and your food for the vultures. So I'm kind of looking at it that way, because it's like at that point, he's already gone. Like, his spirit is already ascended, and his body is just his body. Like, that's not him. That's just like what his physical form that's just not here anymore with us in the present. So I kind of thought of it that way. And I knew it had just happened recently, like in the morning, because I could still see the flies around the grass where his body was. And it just tripped me out, you know what I mean? You look at like nature and shit. Nature is like a very interesting thing to me, to where, you know, hopefully this thing doesn't fuck the mic up as I'm turning it and shit. I had the mic pointed kind of down. But like nature's always been fascinating to me. I've always I had like zoo books and shit as a kid, and I just love, like, I really like bears. Like, I'm just like super in animals, you know what I mean? So for that to happen, it kind of just tripped me out, just seeing him on the floor like that. But you know, there's nothing we could do. I went to this koi fish place, and I gave him samples of our water, our tap water, our pond water, and I just told him the whole situation, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a mystery, because if the water was contaminated or if it was parasitic or something like that, it would affect all the fish, not just HERMES. So a lot of other fish would have ended up dying, and not just him. So we couldn't really pinpoint it anywhere. It was just one of those things, like, you know, Athena passed away maybe a few months ago, and then I think before Athena had been a while before one of our fish had died. So I don't know, man. Maybe something toxic fell into the water that just got him or something like that. Hopefully, it wasn't a slow process. You know, hopefully he didn't get sick or nothing. Hopefully I don't know, it was quick for him, you know? Obviously, you don't want any of your fucking fish dying slow and shit. That's fucked up. But I seen him yesterday, and then today I went to the fucking koi fucking place, and I wanted to get a black and white koi fish. They had them, but he said it was gonna run about like $50, and I was like, I can't be spending $50 on a fucking fish right now. You know what I mean? So I'll probably get a black and white one that I want soon. They told me like it'd be a month before they would get new koi fish. And just seeing HERMES right there, I was like, I gotta like I have a logo in mind with about like the logo will be a koi fish and shit. I have ideas. I don't know necessarily what I'm gonna do with it, because I have La Merca Superior logo, and I don't know what I would do with the koi fish logo. I don't necessarily need it, you know what I mean? But it's there. The idea is there. So yesterday, me and my pop went shooting, and he picked up his Beretta on Tuesday. So he got the Beretta FS92, which is basically the M9. It's the M9 with just a steel, all like a steel frame. And I think it's lighter. It's pretty much, it's literally the M9 and the FS92 are literally the same fucking guns. But it's dope. Like, I really like it. It's very interesting, because as a kid, I really liked the Beretta. As a kid, I thought it was very smooth, not very snappy. You know what I mean? That's what I thought as a kid. And it's true. Like, it's all steel, so it retains some recoil that like you're not really gonna get with the Glock. Like the Glock 19 is something that like it's a good beginner pistol, but you're gonna get a lot of that recoil. So it's not like it's good in the sense that like you're gonna get all the recoil, so you just practice with that. And so when you go on from other firearms, you're like, oh, okay, like you get a nitpick shit like, oh, okay, I don't like this or I don't like that because of this and this, the recoil, the handle. The Glock, for me, after a certain amount of rounds, I don't like it. The stock polymer handle grips, I don't like them. I feel like they rub against my palms in a very discomforting way, and I don't like them, especially after you put, I don't know, let's say 500 rounds through it in one day. Your hands are going to be sore. At least mine's very, very uncomfortable, and I don't like that. Versus like something like the Bursa has like better rubber grips, so your hands are a lot more comfortable, and it's a 380, so you're not going to get all that power in the pistol. You're getting a pretty accommodating firearm for the firepower and the recoil and the nice comforting grip you have in your hand. And it was really dope. I don't think I covered the M1 before, but the M1 has a serious motherfucking kick. My pops' M1 rifle, that shit will put a hole through a semi, bruh. The long way pause and go straight through. That motherfucking rifle is probably more powerful than the shotgun. The kick is like fuck you. Like, You know what I mean? You could barely. I don't know if you could see it. I got like a little bit of scratches and shit. That's only from like 4 clips, dude. My pop shot 12 clips last week, and his fucking arm was purple. And I don't know what it is. I don't like shotguns, and I don't like fucking crazy high caliber rifles like this because of that reason. I'm pretty accurate with it. It's just for me, the kick is very unnecessary. I mean, these are pretty much military grade combat rifles. You really don't need them for self-defense. You really wouldn't want them for self-defense because they're definitely going to go through a few houses. The bullet is going to go through some houses, especially if you have them close. Like the new homes or like an apartment or something like that, you're gone. Like the bullet's gonna keep going and it's not gonna stop until it hits a fucking elephant or something like that, you know, and then take that shit down. With me, I like it, you know, but it's not nothing I would shoot more than 5 fucking clips. Cause shooting 6 clips, I felt like my arm was just being torn off, like off of my what's this shit where they meet right here. I don't know what fucking this point in your shoulder is, but I felt like the rifle was trying to take me out of commission, bro, because that shit was the kick is horrendous. Like, who would want to get kicked? Who wants to shoot like that, you know? It made me have that much more respect for like the army and the servicemen out there that have to go into combat with these weapons, because the kick is ridiculous. I don't see how our troops do it with not even all of them, just like the snipers and shit. The kick will, you know, they be hitting fools from 2 miles away or whatever the fuck, you know, from the next city over type shit. It made me have a lot more respect for them. It's a sweet rifle. It's really dope. It's a beautiful rifle. Awesome. But it's not my cup of tea, for sure. My whole thing is more so pistols. If we're gonna do rifles, it's pretty much like 223, 556, anything lower than that, because I'm not trying to have my arm ripped off. Not at all. I don't like shotguns. I don't like 22s. 22 pistols, I really could give a fuck. Like, if you want to shoot a 22, you might as well get a BB gun, a paintball gun, a CO2 pistol, something like that, if you want to play with a 22, because if your life is dependent on it, I hope you got like hollow tip 22s, because anything besides that, you're really asking for the assailant to murder you. Because there's no way you're going to be able to defend yourself with a 22. You might if you Swiss cheese the fuck out of them, you know, dump the whole clip in the intruder or whatever. But it doesn't make sense, because I think statistically all gunfights, or most gunfights and like home defense or whatever, I don't know statistics specifically what it was, but it was like it ends in 3 shots. So, you know, the home defender might shoot 1, the assailant might do 2 or 1, or like, you know, or the home defender might shoot 3, you know, but it's in 3 bullets or less. So that just goes to show you like how small of a window you're going to have when it comes to a real fucking gunfight. And if my life was dependent on it, it'd have to be 3, no more than lower than 380. And the most popular calibers in California is pretty much 22, 9, 45. There's everything in between, you know, 38, 380, 38 Super, 38 Special, 44 Magnum, right? Me personally, though, it's like 380 or 9. And I kind of switch between my Beretta and my Glock 389, because I feel like, I don't know, some days with the Beretta, I'm just not getting the results I want. I don't have like I don't have the accurate hits I'm getting with the Beretta versus the Glock, and I feel that sometimes vice versa. But now I feel like I'm to the point where it's like in the range of 25 yards, I could pretty much hit anything I want with the Glock. With the Beretta kind of too, but I just need to practice more. And it's very interesting. The price of ammo is like, for 1,000 rounds of like, let's say 9, you'll pretty much buy a pistol with that. Like, it's gonna run you about $500, $600 or even more, you know, and that's a whole new gun. So Firearms is a very, very expensive habit to maintain. Thank God I have my father to pretty much, buy all the ammo, and he has his own firearms, you know what I mean? If I was going to the range, I probably only do like 100 rounds. And even 100 rounds is like 60 $75, if including tax and all that. And you can't do that. I can't do that every week. Some people can't afford it, like my father, but it's definitely not no like, oh, let's go bowling, let's go drinking. Like, this shit'll run you like fast, especially if you're doing it like on a weekly basis. It's gonna run very fast in your pocket. So that was pretty much the recap with my father. We had a lot of fun. We had a big old range to ourselves. We had like two benches and shit. The only thing I didn't like about that is they had the benches too far away from the target. So I felt like we spent more time going back and forth, like literally walking and loading. Like, loading already takes up a whole bunch of time. It'll probably take you 5 minutes to load up, like, let's say 4 clips. And that's if like you're at a consistent pace, So it was really fun regardless, though. We had In-N-Out after that. And what did we do after that? We cleaned out the garage a little bit. And we were chilling, man. I don't enjoy doing like chores and shit with my father. Because that's not what I want to do. When I want my dad, I want to chill. Like, I don't really get to spend... I really only have Saturday with my dad, like, once a week. That's 4 days out of a fucking month. That's fucking... What's that? It's 48 days out of the year at the fucking most. Because some of the times I'm not even spending the whole day with him. It's like only the first half of the day, you know what I mean? And after that, it's like whatever. So regardless, it was really cool. Let's talk about... Where do I want to go? Should I just end off the weekend of what I did today? Okay, so after I went to the koi fish place, I want to get some new clothes. I got like 3 tank tops and some shorts and shit like that. And you could tell these fools who are like the storekeepers or whatever, like the 4 homies that are there. They're like all high. And they're like, I don't want to sound racist, but they're like fucking Chinese people, like following you around and shit, seeing like if you're stealing and shit. It's like, bro, why would I ask you like a bunch of questions like where do you run your sizes and all that, like where are the shorts and all that, if I'm not gonna buy it? If I was gonna go to Rack City real quick and just stuff, shirts into a backpack or something, I would have came through with a backpack or some shit. But I'm trying to spend my money in a lot of businesses, I feel like they have a lot of their business practices or a lot of their etiquette. It scares a lot of like customers away, like me. Like, if you have this weird energy, if I feel like you're following me, if I feel like I'm just trying to be like in and out and buy some shit and you're just being like, have like this weirdo energy, I'm gonna not want to go there again. Literally, I think this is the first time the whole year. It's probably been maybe more than a whole year since I shopped at this place. And it's not because one, it's pretty far away, but 2, it's not that I can't afford it or something. I could definitely go every weekend and get something if I wanted to, but it's like, where do I feel like as a customer, like my business is being valued? And that's just the bottom line with me. Like, when I go to Farmer Boys just to eat or whatever, and they have like good energy, I'm gonna like it, you know what I mean? Once I feel like this weirdo energy, like these 2 chicks, like when someone's talking shit about you, you feel the energy, like they're looking at each other, then they're looking at you, then they're looking at each other and laughing or whatever. I see that. Just because I don't say that doesn't mean, just because I don't say nothing don't mean I ain't seen nothing. So I was just looking at them, I was looking at each other, and they kind of like got the hint not to like really say shit anymore. And I was like, we should just probably get the drive-thru or go to In-N-Out or fucking Chick-fil-A next time, because as a customer, I'm not one of these fucking people that just is blind going about their day. I'm a very conscious shopper, and I feel like I sound like a hater or something at this point now, but that's just how I feel, bro. Like, You go to Chick-fil-A and it's always my pleasure. And of course, I could get that for you. Do you need more ice? Shit like that. That's why people love going to Chick-fil-A. And they got to make up for it because they have anti-gay fucking things or whatever. And they support the church and the fucking Pope has blessed them with baptisms or whatever it is. But they make up for it with their service. And that's all I want. I want good service. I like spending my money in places to where it's being valued, and that's just like the bottom line. And I did a whole bunch of shit today, dog. I woke up, I walked Presley, I washed my pop's car because my car is being serviced. What did I do? I fed the fish. I gave Presley a bath. I went to the koi fish place, got the hose, went to the t-shirt place, came back, recorded a song, and now I'm recording an episode of the podcast. I'm doing a lot, yo. Like, for the people who say, oh, you know, it's only 24 hours in a day, there's only so much you could do. Like, motherfucker, you're just lazy, you know what I mean? Like, and then I went and walked some more, like, just right now, just for the fuck of it, you know what I mean? Put 100 steps in, or 200 or 300, however many steps I did. I wasn't counting the shit. I was just going catching Pokemon. So, you know, make time wisely, yo. You don't have to do everything you need to, but when there's things I need to do, I'm not going to spread it out like, oh, I'll do this today, that tomorrow, yada, yada, yada. Like, I like just taking it all together and getting everything done together in like one day, so where I could just relax the next couple days and I don't have to worry about my clothes like I just did my towels, and now I'm putting the laundry in. So literally, like, all the chores I needed to do, I got them done today, and I feel really good about it. There's no better feeling than knowing that you got everything you set out to do in a day. And I feel like a lot of people are fucking lazy. They procrastinate, right? I'm forgetting how to say certain shit at this point. I don't know what the fuck's going on with my mind. My mind is fried. But Presley is at the door. Let me bring him in. Hold on. I hear you, boy. What the fuck? Presley. Am I tripping right now? Huh. Well, that's weird. Thought I heard the fucking door. Huh. Yeah. So I am going fucking crazy. Oh well. Who gives a fuck? But yeah, even at the t-shirt place, they were like, I feel like they were cracking jokes on me and shit like that. And it's like, I fucking hate that shit. Like, if you like going to the barbershop, and I remember I didn't know what I wanted, and they like fucking basically shaved my head. Like, they did like a 4 all the way around or something like that. And I'll never forget that, because that was the haircut I got before I went to go see Griselda. And if you look at pictures of me in West Side Gun or Conway or things like that, you'll see I have like a really like fucking weird like gangbanger buzz cut all around, like all on all sides, like it's all even. Not like this right here, this fucking beautiful fade I got from Carlos, you know what I mean? It was a shitty ass haircut, and while I'm in the barber chair and I look at it, I don't know if it was my face, but it just wasn't what I wanted. Like, you go to a barbershop and you think, oh, I'm gonna get this, and in your mind you look fly, and then when they cut you, you look all fucked up because they're stupid and they don't know how to cut. They're amateurs. I was pretty much what it was. And they were laughing about it. They were laughing to themselves, and I know what it was. They fucked up my haircut, and they're laughing about it. And I think at the time, you know, it was like $20 or $25. This was a few years ago, so like $20 would have got you everything on the fucking Taco Bell menu. And it just pissed me off, you know what I mean? Was the noises the fucking poster over here now that I'm looking at it? I think it was. It's the poster going in and out. Has that shit been doing that the whole episode? Oh well. What the fuck? Now I'm seeing other imaginary shit. You see that shit? What the fuck? I'm over here tripping myself out even more. Oh yeah, I see some weird shit in my glasses. It's definitely my glasses. Yeah, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it doesn't matter at this point. We're fucking deterring from the real shit. I hate fucking people who are dicks, especially when you're giving them their money. Like when when you're getting money from somebody, you should very well appreciate the fact that you're getting money out of something that you should be happy doing. Like, it shouldn't be no fucking bullshit, and I shouldn't feel no type of way as a customer. I should be valued. And when you do stupid shit like that, I hope your business fucking crashes. Like, you know, whatever. Make a fucking analogy to something that crashes, like a boat or something. But deviating from that, Pusha T versus Jim Jones. Now, it would seem that, you know, Jim Jones supposedly was throwing shots at Pusha T or whatever the fuck it is. And Pusha T responded with, this is the thing about sneak disses, is no one says nobody's names and shit like that. It's like super open to interpretation. So it's like, I don't know what to say. Versus, like, back in the day, like, Tupac would actually say your name and all that shit. Now, no, everyone's pussy. Everyone's scared. Nobody wants to say shit. Not that Pusha T's pussy or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, the way that this is art now, like, no one says no one's names. And it's just weird, you know? So, Jim Jones' response to Pusha T's song on the, what is it, Pharrell's Runaway or whatever it is he did, he's just him laughing. And I feel like that's corny. Like, now rap disses aren't about who's the better MC, who's better rocking the mic. It's like all about clout and like public perceptions, persona, and all this bullshit. And I think that's lame. You know what I mean? I feel like Pusha T is like a dinosaur when it comes to the sneak disses. Like, before Pusha T, I want to say like the best rap beef to come out was probably Cypress Hill, West Side Connection, you know, King of the Hill, No Rest for the Wicked, things like that. And Pusha T now, I feel like, has the mentality of like, oh, I'm gonna actually diss you and everyone's gonna know with my lyrical ability. Not fucking go on Instagram and post a video of himself. It's actually gonna be like some real dope shit and not like theatrics. I really don't like that. Like, the craziest thing to me is like when a rapper gets dissed and then they do a fucking interview or something. It's like, that's not the fucking name of the game, bro. The name of the game is fucking go out there, record, make some dope shit, and we'll see who's the better man lyrically. And if you can't do that, if you gotta win by doing underhanded tactics, behind the scenes, or posting videos or doing interviews, to me that's pussy, and I don't respect it at all. Anybody who's ever mildly dissed me, I've probably went overboard and done a lot more than just like fucking, what is it, songs, but like make content out of it. And like looking back at like the one or two disses that I've had, it's kind of immature, but at the same time, it's like, this is rap, bro. This is a fucking sport. You know, you gotta spar. And I feel like you're not respected if you don't do that. If you're just, well, fucking, I'm gonna do an interview and talk about it, like, you lost. Like, if you gotta do an interview, like, you lost already. You just not, that's not a win. That's not a W. That's an elbow, you know? So I don't know. To me personally, I feel like with my rap disses, I feel like I've only had to respond like maybe once or twice, and that's it. Back before, like when I felt that Crime Apple, not even I felt, but when Crime Apple pretty much stole my style, stole my rap cadence, it brought me back to Triple X and Drake, and I felt like, you know what? Fuck that shit. Like, I'm not gonna let nobody try to punk me or use my flow. Like, I'm gonna go hard and go hard or go home. Like, fuck it, you know? And I could care less who thinks who won or who lost, but I feel like that fool lost already once he tried to use my style, whether he knew it or not, whether he just listened to the song and was like, fuck it. Like, you know, what's that shit, the butterfly effect or the Mandela effect, where you think it's yours but it's not, the ideas or whatever the fuck it is. Whether he copied my shit, what the fuck, did y'all see that bug that just flew the fuck over here? I had to dodge that shit like the Matrix. Whatever it was, intentionally or not, the motherfucker bit my style and had to come back and respond to him. I responded on fucking some track that I can't even remember now because it was like fucking 10 albums ago. And I think I responded. I think that was the one and only time I responded. And I basically recreated one of the beats he had. And I dissed him on it. I said some shit like, how many times I let you be the thing that you are? How many times I let the sun beam on these scars? You know, whatever the fuck. Whatever the fuck I said. You know, I probably... This is already a while ago. This is probably like, what, 5 years ago? So... Right? 4 or 5 years ago. So I don't really care. Like, at this point, I don't care that the whole shit with Crime Apple to me is like old. You know, he's since not used my style, but he was running with it for a long time. And I feel like that flow that I introduced has been used or recycled, or kind of like maybe that, not my style specifically, but that pocket has been recreated and used. And I felt that other rappers have used it, maybe right or wrong. It doesn't matter, but that's just how I feel. So it's very interesting, man. When people in the rap game with this is very serious. You can't be half-assed with it. You got to go hard. Like, it's not a fucking game. At least to me, like, diss songs aren't even like diss songs anymore. Like, they're hits. Like, people want to make them into hit songs, like back to back or things of that nature. Like, they gotta have like replay value. Versus if it was just a good diss, it was a good diss. Like No Vaseline, King of the Hill. No Rest for the Wicked didn't really have replay value. So I guess it's always been historically like the best rap disses have had good replay value. But that's just my opinion. So going back to Pusha T and Jim Jones, man, I really feel like Pusha T will get Jim Jones the fuck out of here. I really don't feel like Jim Jones has the lyrical capabilities to spar with Pusha T. That's just my opinion. I feel like Pusha T bodied the biggest rapper in the game, and for Jim Jones to come out allegedly and try to play with Pusha T on that shit, I feel like it's gonna go nowhere for Jim Jones. And I feel like all it's doing is putting a fucking what is it? It's just adding another belt to Pusha T's resume. It's giving him another hit on his resume or something like that. Like, Pusha T's not known for being a fucking diss rapper or whatever, but in the recent years he has. Like, he's had smoke for the best of the best, Pusha T, and I feel like Jim Jones doesn't have a chance, to be honest with you. So I finished watching Power, and the ending took forever. They spent like 6 episodes. Like, I feel like the actual finale of the thing ends, of the series ends like 2/3 of the way into the last season, and the whole third of the last season is basically the perspectives of the people you think killed Ghost. Spoiler alert. But I remember seeing like the hashtags who killed Ghost, because at the time no one knew. You know, you have Tasha, Tommy, Tariq, Sax, what's her name, sister, and what's that mental's name? Rashad Tate? Is that fool's name or whatever his name is, the politician guy? I thought it was him. Going into it, I thought it was Tate, but they already spoiled it for me before, and they said that Tariq killed his father in the show. But if you look at it real carefully, it's like kind of like they were already aiming towards it. From like you really notice in the episode where Ghost puts the gun in against Tariq's head, and he's like, "Sleepy time's over, little motherfucker, let's go." Like, that shit is hilarious. That's actually a meme now, but it was dragged out. It was long, and like, if they had just consolidated like all those episodes into maybe like 1 or 2 episodes, it would have been phenomenal. But I feel like they really wanted to flesh out everyone's roles, and they really only could have did that. I get why they did that for Rashad Tate's character, because they were going to make a whole nother series about him. So I get that. But what's her name? Angie's sister, like, they could have thrown that fucking narrative in the trash. Sax thrown that shit in the fucking trash. But I get why they did that, because in Ghost, the narrative kind of runs along with them. But yeah, like, I just feel like it was just long and drawn out. And by the end of it, I feel like it killed the momentum, and it killed a lot of what I liked about Power. And what I liked about Power was pretty much like the character dynamics and the good writing. And I feel like they just fucking like let it die out or something like that. I don't know if that's like from the writer's choice or whatever it is, but I don't know. So I'll give Power, like, as a whole series, seeing it from start to finish, I'll give it like a good 7. You know, it's a good show. Probably one of the more better shows I've seen in recent years. I don't think it's maybe as good or as emotionally captivating as Breaking Bad, but I'll definitely say it's like a really good show to watch, you know, kind of like in the background or something like that. There's like very little crime drama series that I've ever seen past like maybe Sopranos and The Wire and shows of that nature. Really, I've only seen like Power, The Wire, Narcos, Breaking Bad, El Chapo, and like Power, you know. Now I'm watching Ghost, and I feel like Ghost is in a lot of ways a fucking worse version of Power. I get the character dynamics, it's cool or whatever. I get the where they're trying to go with it. Like, Tariq is in college and he wants to be like this big drug kingpin, but I really don't understand where they're going. Like maybe 3 or 4 episodes in, or however long I've been invested in this shit, really don't get it. You know, I'm halfway through the first season and it's not really captivating my attention. With Power, I probably saw the first season within a few days. It's been like probably like 2 weeks or something since I've watched Ghost. Or I've watched like the first half of the season of Ghost in 2 weeks. When the new Mandalorian season came out, I watched that shit and like the whole thing in like fucking 2 or 3 days. Literally. It's like whenever it's a good show, I'm like really captivated with it and I really like it, I watch the whole thing very fast. If it's like a boring ass show like Game of Thrones, fucking it's gonna take me forever to watch that shit. Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. So Ghost is whatever. Oh, another thing I don't like about Ghost is like there's like fucking these gay scenes and shit like that. Shout out to all the homosexuals out there, but I don't like that shit. I don't like where, like, I get they're trying to be inclusive with the gays and shit, but I literally skip past these maricon scenes where they're all kissing each other and rubbing each other like some fucking maniacs or whatever. I don't like watching shit like that. It shit makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't like seeing it, bro. Like, I don't get it. Like, the first 3 episodes of Power, you would swear Power is like a fucking softcore porno, dog. There's so much fucking going on, like the first 3 episodes of Power. On the flip side, not even the first episode of Ghost, probably like, it's like in the 3rd episode or something, like you see these gay fools like fucking, you know, I don't know if they get down, I fucking skipped through it, but that was the implication or whatever, that these fools got, you know, all freaky zeeky in the bedroom. And I wasn't trying to watch no fucking freaky, fruity shit like that. You dig what I mean? So I think it's just nasty. I don't like it. This doesn't have to pertain to Ghost, but any gay shit, like, The Boys has a lot of gay shit that I skipped past through and shit. That was one of the reasons my dad didn't like The Boys, because it was like, as soon as the first gay scene came on, he like fucking left the building on me. And forever after that, when I would watch The Boys, he would be like, oh, how's that gay show you like watching? And I'd be like, God damn it, you know what I mean? But I'm not trying to be offensive. It's just like me specifically, it's not what I like to fucking see. You know, I don't like the gay scenes I do like watching are between girls and not guys. I don't want to see guys hugging, rubbing, no intimate shit. That's just me. But 50's leaving Starz, so we're really gonna see where 50's gonna take this shit. I think allegedly or supposedly or fucking whatever it is, they weren't valuing him or something like that. Like, literally 50 took Starz out of the ashes and made it into like one of the most profitable businesses or whatever. So hopefully 50 goes to HBO, and then I could get HBO and have like literally the best shows of all time on HBO, because I haven't got one of those subscriptions. I'll probably watch the first season of Ghost, and then Raising Kanan, and then Tommy or Force, and see if I like those and continue watching it to have the Star subscription. They're making like a limited edition deals or some like limited edition deals. I don't know, but yeah, Power was good. Ghost was whatever. 50's leaving Starz, so I have nothing but high hopes that he's gonna. Obviously, they're gonna have to give him a big bag for his shows now, because he took a company that was literally like fucking going nowhere with its content, and now it's like there's so many like weirdo shows on Starz that came out of the blue after Power came out, and I think that's really dope. I really admire artists that just they turn something from nothing and they make feria out of it. I did a photo shoot for this album that's gonna come out, probably not for a while. I'm just getting the idea started. I want NC to produce the whole thing. That's the plan. But shout out to Ray. We had another great photo shoot. And we'll have more on that soon enough. Just thinking about it now and just speaking about it, I'm probably not going to upload the whole photos, all the photos on my Instagram. Usually I do upload a lot of the photos that me and Ray do. But for this one, I'll probably just drop like a snippet of Lucy or Instagram story, something like that. And that's it. I won't keep them up. I'm really, really tight-lipped and very careful when it comes to my ideas, my creativity, because there's some assholes out there that love taking your shit, love taking your ideas and making it seem like it was theirs when it's not. Like, you didn't come up with these ideas, bro. You're a fucking weirdo Levi from Hash Brown Town, and you couldn't come up with like no dope shit like my ideas or my mente, you know what I mean? So look out for that. I was just about to say the name of it too, but nope. This zero bail policy that came out, so I guess all like nonviolent crimes, including like battery and drugs and all kinds of shit like that within Los Angeles, might be LA County, I don't know, but they are it's zero bail, right? So it's like they're not gonna be bailed, like they're just gonna be charged and they're not gonna have a posted bail. They're gonna be free up until their court date or whatever, which I thought was cool, you know what I mean? The way I feel about it is like they're either gonna go to jail now or they're gonna go to jail later. Either way, it's kind of like if you don't post bail and you do end up in jail, then that's time served. On the flip side of that, though, if you are acquitted, you were like in jail for no fucking reason if you really are innocent on those charges. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I guess that'd be better for people who are really innocent, right? And kind of like whatever for people who are actually guilty of these charges. But it was really interesting. My Theo sent me that, and I don't know why he sent me it, but I thought it was cool. You know what I mean? I was like, you know, well, whatever. Like, if you're gonna go to jail, you're gonna go to jail regardless. So fuck it. The whole submarine thing, everyone's talking about this weirdo submarine shit, and these people and this billionaire, whatever the fuck he is, basically sent these people off to their deaths, and the submarine thing had imploded. And my homie, he sent me like this Instagram post about how it's like a conspiracy to hide the real truth, that what's his name? They always mention a billionaire. They always mention Bill Gates, that Bill Gates put in research for basically this fake chicken, or yeah, like basically fake chicken, man-made chicken that they want to start making and shit. I told him like they been did that. They've been doing wanting to do a stem cell like either cloning or that's where it came from. They wanted a clone so they could make meat, and because they to mass produce meat, they wanted to like clone, right? So that shit's been around. So when he said that, I'm like, these motherfucking conspiracy theories, bro, they just fucking make shit up, and they they make sense of it as they go along. And it's like, bro, this isn't a fucking conspiracy theory, bro. This has been around for like years and years now, like literally over 10 years. Like this type of shit has been around. The whole stem cell and the man-made chickens and all that, or beef or meats or whatever it is like, that's already been outside, bro. I don't know what the big deal about it is. I feel like people should fucking read a book instead of going on Instagram and getting all their fucking information on all this bullshit and misinformation that's out there, because that's all it is. When you're on your fucking phone and you're on Instagram and it's a stupid video after stupid video after stupid video, and you're just there like a tonto, like soaking in all the fucking information. And it's corny to me, bro. Like, go outside, go for a walk, and be out in the real world, and you see if any of that shit actually matters in your life. And you're really gonna see, should I give a fuck about sitting here for an hour straight on my phone looking at who cares about what and the dogs barking outside, or do I really want to like pay attention to all the shit that's really going on in my life that I really need to take care of? So the message of the day, man, is don't get distracted. Don't let the world distract you. You know what I mean? Life is beautiful. Don't get it confused out here with these stupid social media theatrics that try to blindside you and put you in this state of momo-ness to where you can't go out and smell the roses and appreciate life for the little things, yo. Like, really go outside and see the world for what it is instead of what the phone wants you to do. Peace and blessings. This is the God's Hour.
Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now.
While the angels fly over my headstone.